People want to know what's going on with other people. That's life. And then finally, people want to be acknowledged. So people want other people to say that they are interesting or what they're talking about is interesting, regardless. We all want to feel like what we have to say has value. And believe it or not, on Facebook, everything that you say is going to be found valuable to someone. Okay, so remember I told you that the reason that the women over 55 demographic is so strong in social media right now? First of all, because they are the nosiest demographic that we have. Okay. Now, I say that in a funny way, but again, it's because there are moms, there are sisters, there are aunts, and they're the ones that really care about us the most. They want to make sure that we are taken care of, and that's why they're the most powerful. Because not only are they the most interested in what's going on with us, but they're also among the most well-connected. Because they know so many people. My mom moved here 2 years ago, and I've been networking on the networking scene for 3 years. She started networking 6 months ago because she got a sales job, and she did in less than 2 weeks what it took me 2 years to do. The day that she hit the networking scene, people were saying, "I met your mom, and she is an amazing person." That is how powerful she is. So for all of you people that are in or close to that demographic, you've been doing that. You're Kiwanians, you are networkers. So keep that in mind. And of course, they love to make us feel good. They love to acknowledge us. So if I was going to recruit someone to my cause and get them to share what I'm doing, it would be someone in that demographic first. So reach out to those people because they are going to help you the most. Okay, now, social media for your organization is, first of all, brand management. So every club is totally different because there's different people that make it up. So whatever your club is talking about should be a summation of what's going on with those people, both in their personal/professional lives and as Kiwanians. And a lot of the times that totally intertwines. The next thing is customer service. Now when I say customer service, you have to think about who your customers are. Who you as a Kiwanian are serving. Who you are serving. Gotcha. Now, you are serving families in the community primarily, right? So those are your customers. Long-term relationship management. There are people you're going to meet as a result of your organization that you are going to want to stay in front of every single day for an eternity. And that's Facebook or social networking is how you're going to maintain that. And then finally, my favorite thing is Salesforce expansion. So you may be a Kiwanian, but you are an army of one. You want to get 10 to 100 people that see the good that you're doing and are willing to share that information. Now, ask yourself, anybody ever heard the term connector? Anyone? There's a book out there, it's called Never Eat Alone. I recommend that everyone reads this book because in that book they talk about this term of being a connector. And what a connector is, it means that, have you ever gone to church or to the grocery store or something, and someone came up to you and they shook your hand and they started talking to you like they knew you, but you didn't really remember them, you didn't know who they were? That's what happens to connectors. That means that there's more people in the community that know you than who you can remember, who you can know. So as a result of that, you have to tap into that and say, well, I'm a connector, so there may be some people who want to friend me on Facebook, but I don't know who they are, but I want to friend them anyway so they can stay in front of me, but then I'll privatize my account. And that's a whole detailed thing, but Facebook is extremely private. So all these myths out there about Facebook is giving away your personal information and all that, they're lies. I can tell you that unequivocally. Okay? The next thing is capturing the top of mind of your sphere of influence. So I want people to associate Damien with being a social media guy and a Honda guy and a guy that's got dogs and a guy that does different things. That is how I want people to associate it, because as I talk about different things, they don't even need to engage me. They just need to be paying attention so that when I need someone or when they run into someone that needs what I have to offer or my expertise, they can refer them to me. So I get people that ask me car questions all the time. I don't know why, because of course I post it on Facebook and stuff. So, who here's got a Facebook page? Okay, who here doesn't have a Facebook? How about we should start there. Alright, only a couple of people. Sir, why don't you have Facebook?
Because you're president of our club, Dave. That's why.
Well, that would probably be a pretty good reason to be have a Facebook page.
I don't understand. If you have like 10,000 friends, each of those have to go on your Facebook to find out what you're doing, and you have to go on their Facebook.
Actually, no, it doesn't really work like that. Facebook, and this is why it's so simple. You can update your status on Facebook, and they will automatically see it in their news. And if you're the president of your chapter, I would venture a guess that you are an extreme connector. Like, I am pretty well connected, I would say. What's that? What did he say? You lost the election? Well, but you get the point, though. A lot of people know you. And like once we get to the end of the Facebook section, I can probably show you what the newsfeed looks like. But I'm gonna, because I have a very limited time to do an hour and a half seminar. So let's kind of get through that. Now, Facebook is a place where you're going to share. It's a personal social network. So you're not going to talk mostly about Kiwanis stuff. You're going to talk about stuff that's going on in your daily life and inject a little bit of Kiwanian stuff along the way. Because we bond based on very small things. So, yes, when people post what they had for lunch, it doesn't really seem that important, but it really is, because that's how we relate. If you're thinking about going to a good restaurant, ideally you're going to ask a friend first, hey, what do you think about that? And that's why we bond on small stuff like talking about what we had for dinner. So you're going to share your life, but also you're going to use the 80-20 rule, which is 80% of what you talk about is personal, 20% professional, hard sell. But you're lucky because as a nonprofit, pretty much everything you're going to be talking about falls under the 80%. Almost everything. If you're looking for volunteers,